Jai Mataji, Bhaiya, you may start now. Uh,
Jai Shri Mataji, to one and all, and a very warm welcome to our session this morning. So, as you may be aware, we are having these sessions every day, and three sessions being organized. One in the morning at 8 a.m. like this one in the afternoon at 4:15, and another one in the evening at 7:45 p.m. All sessions are for new seekers to understand more about Sahaja Yoga and learn the basics and then get the self-realization experience, which is the most important bit. Only on Saturday morning we have one session in Marathi, and Sunday morning this session in English. Rest all the sessions are in Hindi language, because some of the seekers requested that they wanted to understand in different languages. Apart from this, we have one session going on every day again at 5:30 p.m. For those seekers who have understood the basics, have got their self-realization, and now want to go deeper into meditation. So for them at 5:30 every day, we have that session. What we'll do now is quickly talk about a little bit about Sahaj Yoga, small introduction and a little deep dive into our subtle system, the chakras, and then we'll go for the most important bit, the self-realization experience right here, right now. After that, if you have any questions, you may post them on the chat or come to the Zoom link and ask directly. We'll answer any of your questions that you may have, or you may just want to share any experiences. That's also okay. So let's start without any further ado. Sahaj Yoga, as the name suggests, it's a very simple, spontaneous process. It was started by Shree Mataji Nirmala Devi, whose photograph you can see right behind me, in 1970. Sahaja started off with one lady getting her self-realization, and now it has spread to 150 countries where hundreds of thousands of people are practicing it daily. What is Sahaj Yoga and how is it different and what are we to achieve from it, etc., are the general questions that any of the new seekers may have in their minds. Sahaj Yoga comes from two words which are Sahaj and Yoga. Sahaj literally means something that is very simple, very spontaneous, happens on its own. You don't have to put much effort for getting it, is Sahaj. Other meaning of Sahaj is Saha means with and Ja means born, something that is born with you. Something that is so spontaneous that is actually coming with you with your birth. For example, we breathe, we don't have to do anything about it. We digest our food. This all happens spontaneously. Sprouting of a seed happens spontaneously. That is how our evolution, our next jump also happens spontaneously. The word yoga is a Sanskrit word which literally means union with the divine. So our union has to happen with the divine, which has been promised, has been talked about, has been the core of spirituality, one can say, but rarely experienced, and we don't even know what it means. So this is what Sahaj Yoga really is. We are here to talk about our connection with the divine, which has been termed as Atma Sakshatkar, Kundalini awakening, etc., etc. So many things are said, and which are really big, big words. But really, what it is for the first time we get connected with the divine. Now, to talk about how is it different and what's the basis of Sahaj Yoga. So it's the same old thing that has been talked about for thousands of years in our great country, where we have had this heritage of uh, great saints and rishis and munis who have worked very hard for years together, for lives together to get their self-realization. And we have had this one guru, one shishya parampara in the past, where one guru would give it to one disciple amongst thousands. So that is how it has been, and it's been kept a little secretive because it's not easy to talk to general public about it because the general public cannot get it, is what the assumption has been. So unless the general public gets it, they won't understand and they will only torture or crucify or poison or any of those other things that you have heard of these saints getting done will be done to these realized people. Because if, let's say, the whole world is blind and I start talking about colors, then the world will think either me mad or their egos will get hurt somehow. Which is why probably this has been kept secret. But Gyaneshwara, we know a great saint of Maharashtra, talked about it very clearly in the sixth chapter of his Gyaneshwari Gita. And many other saints, Kabir talked about it, about the Ida, Pingla, Sukhman, Nadire. And so many have given references. But these have been a little vague, not so clear, and no idea about how to raise it, the Kundalini. So they have all talked about it, but they have not really given any details about it. And the reason has been probably because the time was not right. And but everybody has promised that there will come a time when we all get it. In all religions and scriptures, you will find a reference of a time when we will get it. It has been very well promised and established that such a time will come. For example, in our one of our Puranas, Nal Damayanti Akhyan, it's a story of Raja Nal, and his wife was separated from him because of Kali. We live in Kali's Yuga. And the king found him out and said that you are such a horrible person. I'll not let your time come in this world only, and I'll finish you off. So he said, you better do that, but first listen to my importance. Then he says that when Kali will come, Ghor Kali will come, people would live in great bhranti and confusion. That is when the normal people living in their households will get their self-realization and get to God. In Bible, it's said that will send you a redeemer, uh, somebody who will give the redemption to all of us, counselor, redeemer, things like that. In Quran, it's been mentioned as the time of Qiyamah. So they have talked less of doomsday, but more of Qiyamah, the redemption time. So there have been references, but we don't know how it's going to happen, what's going to happen. Now, the method of Sahaj Yoga that Shree Mataji has given is very, very simple. It's um, it's really simplified by her grace, actually. But the what happens is that so it's like the old method that we have had, which we talked about, is very difficult for us normal household people is to go out in the jungles and hills and dales and then do tapasya for so many years together, and maybe one guru will give it to us. Because only an enlightened light can enlighten other lights. It cannot happen on its own. So that's very difficult for us. And that's the method of first cleansing ourselves. You know what Patanjali also talked about, the Ashtanga yogas, and they were the methods of first cleansing ourselves completely. And it's like there's a lamp that is not working, right? And you try to rub it very hard and you clean it, you put the screws all right, and then you see that whether it's okay or not. When it's okay, it will get lit up by somebody who's, authorized. But the other way that Shri Mataji is really done for us is that a small light comes in us. In that light, we can see for ourselves what is right, what is wrong, and then we can cleanse ourselves. This method is really what Sahaj Yoga is, where we get the first experience of getting connected with the divine. For the first time, we know that there is God. Since childhood, we've been hearing about God. We know that He's there, but truly, we don't know it. We have not experienced Him or His presence. And that happens only when we are connected with Him. So, and our prayers and all our emotions and everything that we have been putting forward so earnestly, all that gets rectified when we do get our self-realization. Before that, it's really like dialing a phone without the connection. So This is the connection that we first feel. Now, how do we feel it? Is the question. How do we know that this is God? So, what happens is that when our realization happens, a cool breeze starts flowing through our hands. Now, this breeze, we cannot make it happen in any other way. This breeze enters our frontal bone area from here and it starts flowing. This is what has been called as Param Chaitanya. Now, it's been described by Adi Guru Shankaracharya, who was the first Shankaracharya. You can say he was one of the main perpetrators of the Hindu religion. He said in his book called Saundarya Lahari, the book's name is Saundarya Lahari, which literally means the beautiful vibrations. So the Chaitanya are vibrations. He says that when Mother's grace dawns upon us, we feel Salilam Salilam Chaitanya, which means cool, cool breeze we feel in our, he's not said hands, but that's what we feel. It's much easier in our hands, but we feel in our body as well sometimes. Then it's said in Bible that when the Holy Ghost will come, you'll feel the cool breeze. They don't know what is the Holy Ghost. In Quran, it said that when Qiyamah's time will come, your hands will speak and will give witness against you. Now, it's a great question to ask, how will hands speak? They literally speak because we feel the vibrations which really tell about us for the first time. What is our state? Today, let's say I'm a very egoistic person and I shout at everyone, get angry. But if anybody comes and tells me you are very egoistic, I'll maybe hit the person because I won't accept that. But when I meditate and I get the vibrations, I'll feel a tingling on a particular chakra, which will tell me that, oh, this chakra is catching, which means this is ego. This decoding has been given by Shree Mataji to us. Now, to put that all right is very important for me in meditation. If I don't put that all right, I'll not feel the cool vibrations. So I'll have to correct myself. And that's how we start seeing ourselves and we start correcting ourselves. That's how we put the lamp all right. And slowly and gradually that light grows in us. Not only that light grows, we can put our diseases also, okay? We can bring ourselves into balance. We can give then this light to others and see what is wrong with them. For the first time, it's like you truly become collective conscious because you can see what is wrong with the other person. You can even correct that. Sitting here and maybe the person is at the other end of the world, you can give him vibrations and cure him, or give him realization and allow him to cure himself. So all that becomes possible with this great awakening inside us. With these vibrations, we can ask absolute questions and get the answers. So for whomever we know is truly a God, we see the vibration and we see that we feel the cool breeze increasing. That's how we know that this is truly God's power flowing through us. We can ask absolute questions to know what we should do in our lives, whether a person standing in front of us is a crook or a saint. Today, the state is such that, let's say we worship Lord Krishna. Even if he comes in physical form in front of us, how will we recognize him? We just don't have the eyes. We are not aware. We have no idea how to recognize, how to know what is good, what is bad. We are in that level of confusion. And the best way to get out of that confusion is to get into that awareness, that new awareness that we're talking about, of self-realization, of this Param Chaitanya, and then get all the knowledge that is inside. What we'll do now is talk briefly about what is inside. And there will be a chart coming up. We all look very different from the outside, but actually we've been made like this. We can call it our subtle system, internal subtle system. Uh, when we were in our mother's womb, can say the energy that created us entered from the top of our head, fontanel bone area, which was a soft bone when we were children, and it was it used to go up and down to loved up here. Right? Our brain, being a prism shaped entity, this enters through the frontal bone and it gets refracted into three parts. The one coming from right goes to the left, which is the blue one. The one coming from left goes to the right, which is the yellow one. The one in the center does all this chakra creation and comes down and settles in our triangular bone, which is at the very end of our spine. It's called as sacrum bone. Very interestingly, the Greeks named it a sacrum bone, which literally means something sacred. So they knew that this is a sacred bone somehow or other. Here, this energy comes and settles. When it settles, it makes coils, three and a half coils. Coils means kundal in Sanskrit. This being the mother energy, it's been called as kundalini. She is our individual mother. She is there with us in all our lives and she knows everything about us. Her only goal, her only aim is to give us our self realization. Kundalini awakening and piercing through the fontanel bone again to connect with the divine is Kundalini awakening and self realization and whatever other names we may call it by. But this is what spirituality is. This is what you have to do in the name of God. Now, the three nadis that we have, the main channels, we'll quickly touch upon them. On the left is in the blue called as the Ida Nadi. This Ida Nadi takes care of our sympathetic nervous system on the left hand side. This is also called as the moon channel. This channel takes care of all our desires, all our emotions. Everything comes from this channel. People who are too much living in the past also use this too much because it's the channel of our past. So you'll find that people who are very, very emotional or who are always delving in the past, etc., are the ones who may get into some psychosomatic diseases which are considered normally incurable. Usage of anything too much, ati sarvatra varjate. So same goes here. If we use any channel or any chakra too much, it goes out of order. And that is when we may develop diseases or it could be mental problems or some other family problems or things like that. Because our existence is on various levels, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. So we may get into a trouble of any of these. We feel the status of the left channel on our left palm. Similarly, on the right is what is called as Pingla Nadi. This is taking care of our sympathetic on the right hand side. It's also called as the sun channel. This is the channel of our future. So people who are very futuristic are using this channel too much. This is also the channel of our action. So action can be physical or mental. Doing any of them too much can ruin this channel a lot. These days, we are doing mental action a lot. We are working too much in the offices, planning too much, thinking too much, very ambitious people. I'll do this, I'll do that, always going on, aggressive people. So people on the left are very depressed too much. On the left are depressed. People too much on the right are very aggressive. Both are equally bad. And this channel, when it gets heated up because of our overactivity, we get into several diseases. We feel on the right palm status of our right channel. In the center is what is called as Sushumna Nadi. This takes care of our parasympathetic. So all our autonomous activities come from this channel. This is the channel of our present, of our center. So we'll see that we are always thinking. We don't even know that we are always thinking. But if you really see, we're always thinking of only two things. It's either of the past or of the future. We're rarely in the present. First thing with Kundalini awakening happening is that we come into the present. We come into the balance. And when we are in balance, only then the Kundalini can awaken. Anything that has to fly has to be balanced, right? Like a plane. Similarly, here we have to be balanced. So people who are leading very, very maybe aggressive lives or people too much on the past and things like that, they have to first come into balance. It's easier for people to get their self-realization who lead a normal, balanced life. Now, quickly touching upon the chakras, and this is a vast subject, but we'll two very brief introductions. Each chakra has several qualities which are bestowed upon them by the deities that are governing these chakras. And all gods and goddesses that we know of are all inside. We say that what is in the Pinda is what is in the Brahman. That is really true. And what is inside of us is really what is out there, which means that all these gods and goddesses are here. Now, we'll not talk about them, but the qualities of the chakra. So, for example, the first chakra that is there is called as the Muladhara chakra. The qualities here are innocence and wisdom. So, innocent people have a very strong Muladhara chakra. People who are very cunning, conniving, always taking advantage of others, they have a bad Muladhara. Going against innocence also means going into wrong things of sex, etc. Such people also develop diseases around. So, for example, you can see that this chakra is taking care of the organs around it, which are uh, excretionary or sex related, and they also get into trouble. When this chakra is awakened, we get the pure knowledge of what to do, what not to do. This is the wisdom that comes into us because of this chakra. Especially in children, if this chakra is awakened, they have really the true guidance in life as to what all they should do, what all they should not do. These great qualities come from this chakra. It is represented here on our hand where the wrist meets our palm on both sides. Every chakra has three parts, left, right, and center, and they get caught up because of different reasons. After this comes the Swadhisthana chakra. The power here is creativity. So all our creative powers, all art forms come from this chakra. All our work that we do, which becomes very dynamic in the offices, etc., everywhere that we are doing in the household, whatever work we do, all that becomes creative and dynamic because of this chakra. It's also the place of pure knowledge inside us. On the left hand side, if we go into wrong kinds of knowledges, that is, let's say tantrikas, etc., then this chakra is caught up. On the right hand side, we can see that the right channel starts from this chakra, which means that we do all our activity from this chakra. So, our mental activity, if we do too much, we use this chakra too much. And then this chakra is not able to take care of liver, pancreas, spleen, etc. And they may go out of order. So, it's very interesting. We are actually thinking from our stomach because our stomach provides the fat cells that get converted into gray cells. And that work is done by Swadhisthana chakra. So you'll find that people who are very stressed, thinking too much, planning too much, are always the people who may get into liver troubles or diabetes and things like that. So, first of all, that needs to come into balance and order. When that comes, then this chakra is truly awakened, and whatever work we do becomes really, really dynamic. This chakra is represented on both our thumbs, left and right side. After this comes the Nabhi chakra, which is the navel center right behind our navel. And so all our chakras are actually in our spinal cord. This chakra is really the qualities here are um, generosity and evolution, as it's mentioned here. But what it means is that all our well-being is taken care of by this chakra. So our monetary well-being also, familial well-being also, all that satisfaction of life comes because of this chakra. Our seeking also comes and our satisfaction also comes because of this chakra. So right now, let's say we are seeking in terms of money. Maybe I want to buy a house, I want to do this, I want to do this in my career, grow this, that. All of that comes from this chakra. And the great quality is that we also get the satisfaction of our life, everything. When we are satisfied people, we are also generous to others. We are welcoming them to our households and being nice to them, being gracious. And slowly and steadily, this seeking actually leads to our evolution. You can imagine when the fish first was seeking, let's see what is on the land. That is when reptiles came in. Then they said, let's go higher. Then they wanted to see what's on the trees, so they became larger animals. Then they wanted to fly. And then slowly and steadily, the human evolution has happened. Today, we are seeking in terms of power, money, fame, family, whatnot. Now, that seeking leads us to finally realizing that none of this gives us the joy that we're looking out for. That is when we start seeking God. So that great seeking comes into us because of this chakra. This chakra is on the left and right side, we feel it on our middle fingers. Around this is what is called as the Bhavsagar. We have heard this reference many times that Devi takes us across the Bhavsagar and whatnot. But this literally is here represented. And this is the place of Dharma inside us, the true religion. That is not Hindu, Muslim, Christian, etc. That is the religion which is innate to all human beings, which tells us what is right, what is wrong. This has been established by great masters across the world and who are from different religions that we know of. When we go against the master principle, because this is also place of master principle, that means we take to wrong gurus as gurus, then this chakra can get caught up. When we go against the religion inside us, this chakra is caught up. It's very evident if we see something bad happening, really bad, we may end up puking or similar things. So even if alcohol intake can do that, because this principle tells us, as many gurus have said, the real ones, that you should not take alcohol. So these are the evidences really that this is the place for that chakra. This we can feel around the center of our palm on both hands. After this comes the Anhat chakra. It's also called as the heart chakra. This is right behind the sternum bone and is responsible for all our antibodies being created. This is the place of our security, the confidence that God is taking care of everything, that everything will be all right. So when that confidence and security is hurt in any way, for example, children who are afraid a lot get sick a lot. Women who may have some insecurities from their family or husbands may be the ones who get breast cancer, etc. All of that comes because this chakra is disturbed in some. When it's put all right, these things can be put all right, and you get that confidence that yes, God is there to take care. On the right hand side is all our principles of an ideal father, son, king, and brother, and whatnot. So all of these things have been established here. If the father principle is not okay, let's say the child has not known his father, etc., you'll find that maybe they may get into asthma and such diseases. On the left hand side is the mother principle, similarly. On the left hand side is also the place of Atma. So our spirit, what we know as the Atma, resides here. It is what is spirit is the reflection of the Almighty, Atma Paramatma, that is always there inside us and is watching. And it's not still in our attention and not the driver, really. With the Kundalini awakening, a spark comes into our Chitta and Atman is becoming the driver then. It really takes care of everything. So that is Atma Sakshatkar. This chakra we feel on both our little fingers here. After this comes the Vishuddhi chakra. This is the chakra for, it's mentioned as collectivity, but there are so many aspects to that. Communication is an aspect, let's say. So all our outer aspect, our tongue, our throat, nose, ears, outer aspect of eyes, face, visage, our hands, shoulders and hands, all of that also is taken care of by this chakra. This is uh, the chakra that also gives us the sense that we are part and parcel of the whole. So we are part and parcel of that Virat, that whole complete existence, and we are not singularity. So when we truly know that, and that's not a mental projection that happens because of this chakra getting awakened, we can see this world as a Leela, as a play that it is. And that only happens for the realized souls, it cannot happen for the normal people. And the reasons for this chakra to get caught up are very simple actually. On the left hand side, it's getting affected when we feel guilty a lot. We feel, oh, I have done this bad, I have done that bad, I'm good for nothing, etc., etc. People start diminishing themselves too much for every little thing. When Actually, we have to leave it to God and not do the wrong thing that we know of. That's the solution of getting out of this trap. Because this chakra, when gets caught up, it's very difficult for us to feel the realization in terms of chaitanya and vibrations on our hands, because the nerves of our hands come from this chakra. So that's really detrimental for Sahaja Yoga. We must not feel guilty. We must leave it to God Almighty to take care. On the right hand side, it's caught up when we shout at others a lot, very bombastic, use bad words, use tobacco, etc. etc. So left is aggressing ourselves, right is aggressing others. We feel this chakra on our index fingers, both hands. After this is the Agya chakra, which is the in the brain, the crossing over of the optic chiasma. This is a very, very constricted path for Kundalini to pass through. The main quality mentioned here is forgiveness. After this, we see that there are two balloon-like things, ego and superego, which are built in with us because of whatever actions we do, ego gets built up. Because of whatever learnings we get in our lives, superego gets built up. So all our conditionings are superego, all our actions, activities, and achievements are ego. One or the other is always constricting the path for Kundalini to pass through, because that is how we have been built. When we forgive on the Arya Chakra, we truly forgive, Kundalini passes through and it sucks in both these entities. When that happens, the path for it to cross over opens up. We feel the Arya Chakra on both our ring fingers, left and right side. After this comes the Sahasrara Chakra, which is at the very top of our head, the fontanel bone area. The quality mentioned here is integration. All our chakras are actually integrated into this once the awakening happens. And we also, for the first time, get integrated with the divine. And this power starts flowing through us. This has been called as the 10th door, the Brahmarandra, which literally means the hole to meet the Brahma, the divine. Now, as we talked about, when this opens up, the power starts flowing through us and we feel it on our palms and on the top of our head also. A cool breeze coming out and hitting our hand. Now, this is all the theory part of it, and there's too much to talk about. We'll stop here and we'll go for the most important bit, which is the self realization part. There are some steps that we can first see with our eyes open, and then we'll do them with our eyes closed. The idea is to put ourselves into a situation that this can happen. So we bring ourselves into balance. For bringing ourselves into balance, we use the five elements, which really are the ones that have made us. We'll use some of them now and go for the realization experience. So in the first step, what we'll do is put our left hand like this in our lap and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. Now, this is being done for our left channel to clear out. Now, for the right side, we'll keep the right hand in our lap and put the left hand like this towards the sky. Next, we'll put both our hands on the Mother Earth. These steps are for balancing ourselves. You can do the steps now with our eyes open. Later, we'll do with our eyes closed. Now, we'll bring both our hands in our lap and keep the left hand as is in our lap and do the next steps with the right hand. So, we place the right hand on our heart and press it here a bit. After this, we bring it to our forehead, place it across like we would in a headache, and bend our head forward a little. Next, we'll place this at the back of our head and push back our head towards the sky. In the last step, we'll stretch our fingers completely and place the center of our palm at the top of our head. Now, while placing the hand, we'll press it hard and move the hand so that the scalp moves along with the hand. While pressing the hand, we'll move it in a clockwise direction so that the scalp moves along with the hand. These are all the steps that we'll do. And this won't take long, but the thing to understand is that this cannot happen for us with just us praying for it and moving our hands like this. This happens because of Shree Mataji's grace. We can understand that um, Shree Mataji is something special. We have to let's accept that. Her photograph emanates those vibrations that allow us to get our self-realization for a Kundalini to awaken. Most of the real saints and incarnations have not been photographed. We have had this privilege with Shree Mataji. Shivaji Maharaj's Guru Ramdas Swami was once asked by him that how long does it take for me to get the self-realization? The Guru answered by saying that happens Tatshan Rajan, that means the very second. You just need someone to give it and someone to take it. So Shri Mataji is here who can give it to us, who's an authorized personality. We just have to become the ones who can take it. So with all humility, we have to sit and with complete respect, we have to look at Shri Mataji's photograph. Keep both our hands open in our lap. The only thought inside is that I have to get my self-realization. I have to get my Atma Sakshatkar. Nothing else matters. We'll slowly close our eyes, keep the hands open in our lap. Settle a little straight, not very straight. Just try to bring our attention inside and see what happens. Can we bring our attention inside? Keep all our thoughts and questions aside and tell them to rest so that we don't miss out on this great opportunity. Now we'll do the steps that we had just seen. We'll keep the left hand open in our lap and put the right hand on the Mother Earth. We are doing this to cleanse our left channel. Pray, Mother, please clear out my Ida Nadi. Mother, please take out all the impurities and negativities of my left channel through the Mother Earth. We'll bring our attention to our palms and see what is happening. Mother, please take out all the impurities of my Ida Nadi through the Mother Earth. Now we'll bring our right hand back into our lap and put the left hand bent from elbow towards the sky. Here we will pray, Mother, please clear out my Pingla Nadi. Mother, please take out all the imbalances and impurities of my right channel through the ether element. We will bring our attention to our palms and see what is happening. Mother, please clear out my Pingla Nadi, my right channel, through the ether element. Now we'll bring both our hands on the Mother Earth. Here we will pray, Mother, whatever impurities and imbalances are still left in my left and right channels, please clear them out through the Mother Earth. Mother, please bring us into the present, into complete balance, into the center. Mother, please bring me into complete balance, to the present, and into the center. We'll bring both our hands into our lap now. We'll keep the left hand open as is in our lap and do the next steps with the right hand. We'll place the right hand on our heart and press it so that we feel the heartbeats. Here resides our spirit, our Atma. We have to assert a real truth here that I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. We say it with full confidence because we're truly not this body, this mind, these thoughts, this personality, whatever we may think of ourselves, all of this is not eternal. The only eternal being is the spirit that we are. So say it with full confidence. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Now, as we are the pure spirit, we are not guilty. It's nothing that God cannot forgive that we may have done. So we'll say that, Mother, I am not guilty at all. We've seen that feeling guilty is very detrimental. We must leave our judgment to God and not think of anything that we may have done. We say, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now we may bring this hand on our forehead and place it across like we would in a headache and press it hard from both sides. While pressing, we'll bend our head forward. Here, we have to forgive everyone. We don't have to remember anybody's name, what they did to us. We just leave the judgment to God and let Him take over. By not forgiving, we don't do anything. We play into the hands of people who have done us wrong. By forgiving, we let God take over. So say that, Mother, I forgive everyone. And actually forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone, myself also. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now we bring this hand at the back of our head where we place the pillow and push back our head towards the sky. All these prayers we can do in our heart. Don't have to say them out loud. You can say here that, oh God, if we have done any wrong against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive us. Oh God, if we have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly against you, please forgive me. if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, against you, O Lord Almighty, please forgive me. Now we can bring this hand back into our lap to rest it a bit. Now we'll stretch our right hand's palm completely so that the fingers are outstretched and place the center of our palm at the top of our fontanel bone area, which was a soft bone when we were kids, and press hard the very center of our palm at the fontanel bone. While pressing it hard, we'll move it in a clockwise direction. We'll move the hand in a clockwise direction so that the scalp moves along with the hand. We'll keep moving it. Here we must ask for it. Without our asking, Shree Mataji cannot give us our self-realization. As our freedom is sacrosanct, so we must ask very humbly that Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my Atma Sakshatkar. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my yoga, my union with the divine. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Bring the hand back into a lap. Keep the attention where the hand was and sit in meditation quietly. Slowly bring our attention to our palms. At the very center of our palms, we'll see very minutely, because this could be a subtle feeling right now. If there's a cool breeze coming out, it could also be hot in one hand or both the hands. See it very minutely. Now we'll bring our attention to our fingers. At the very tip of our fingers, some of them might be tingling a bit. You feel like it's maybe itching or and walking like that. It's because those chakras are not okay. Some fingers may get heavy also for some people. This is our state that we see for the first time. Now we'll once again bring the right hand at the top of our head where we had pressed and move the scalp and raise it a few inches just above the fontanel bone area. You can move the hand back and forth a little, left and right a little. From a particular place, we'll feel the cool breeze coming out and hitting our palm. We'll again be seeing it very minutely because this can be a subtle feeling. We move the hand left, right, front, back, and see. There'll be cool breeze coming out of our head and touching our hand. Could also be hot for some of us. No need to worry about that right now. Bring the hand back into our lap. See the same thing with our left hand. Place the left hand just above our fontanel bone area. Move it back and forth, left and right. See if there's a cool breeze coming out and hitting our palm. Could be very, very subtle. Bring the hand back into a lap. And now put both our hands completely up towards the sky, elbows straight, palms open towards the sky, and push back our head. We'll ask one of these three questions three times here. Oh God, is this the Param Chaitanya? Is this the divine energy, the cosmic energy? Is this the power of love of God? Ask any one of these three questions three times. And answer, the vibrations will improve on your palms. You can bring the hands back into a lap and put our attention at the top of our head. Sit for meditation for a few more seconds. We can now slowly open our eyes and look at Shree Mataji's photograph. We'll see that there are no thoughts right now, even with our eyes open. This is the first boon that we get of self-realization is Nirvichar Chetna, thoughtless awareness, where we are completely thoughtless and are completely aware. We'll bring both our hands together in a namaskar to Shree Mataji and our Kundalini inside for this blissful experience. Jai Shree Mataji. For those of us who have recently joined us, we would request you to continue attending these sessions for this some time because it takes some time for us to really accept and grasp what we are talking about here. And for this experience also to really settle in may take some time. But what has happened is the germination of the seed. Our responsibility is to make it a tree, and a very strong one at that. We must give it daily sunlight and water in terms of meditation and also collective meditation. Shree Mataji has really emphasized on us going for collective meditation in centers where many people are coming. That really helps us in ascending. Again, there's no money taken or given in Sahaj Yoga for anything. It's all free of cost wherever you go. There are also some methods, daily methods in meditation where we cleanse ourselves and keep ourselves protected. You can learn all of this, how to do meditation, etc., by joining our groups also. WhatsApp group and YouTube channel have several such things. Devi will help us with understanding more about them. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji. New seekers who are attending these sessions for few weeks or for few days, we are requesting to subscribe our channel. In YouTube live chat box, you can see we have sent 4 links. First is WhatsApp group link. Please join WhatsApp group. From that you will get all the notification, all the updates regarding our sessions and about Sahaja Yoga. Second is Zoom meeting link. If you have any question, you can join the Zoom meeting link and ask your question. On a daily basis, we try to resolve that queries and question. Third and fourth link are our channels link on YouTube. We have two channels. First is for online meditation and second is for Shree Mataji speeches. Our both the channels are completely non-commercialized, non-monetized. All the advertisement options have been closed on that channel. The purpose of this channel is to provide self realization, that you can get your self realization at your own place with very ease and comfortable situation. So please share this channel with the people who are really seeking for a god or who really want to get their self realization. In description box you will find tutorial videos link. From there you will get uh, videos that how to do food soaking, how to take bandhan, how to do shoe beating, and all the other activities, all the other process which is compulsory for all the seekers, all the Sahaj Yogi. So please watch that videos. Also on our channel you will find short videos for each and every chakra and nadi. Please watch that as well so that you will get all the knowledge about Sahaj Yoga which is required to grow yourself. On a daily basis, there are three live sessions going on for self realization on our channel. First is at 8 a.m. in the morning, second is 4:15 p.m. in the afternoon, and third is around 7:45 p.m. in the evening. You can join any of the session as per your availability, and if you are attending this session for 15 or 20 days and you have complete knowledge about Sahaj Yoga, Chakra and Nadis, so you can join our deep meditation session which holds on 5:30 p.m. in the evening on a daily basis. Bhaiya, there is no question.
Okay, Nidhi, let's take Mataji's permission and end the session.
Yes. Um, we are ending this session. Thank you so much, Shri Mataji, for such a wonderful session. Please forgive us if we have done any mistake. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.